Let me ask you a simple question. Where will you be 10 years from now? Not next week, not next year, but a decade from this very moment. Will you be proud of the life you built? Or will you be looking back with regret, wishing you had started sooner? You see, most people never think that far ahead. They live day by day, hoping things will somehow get better without a clear plan, without purpose, without direction. But the truth is this: your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. 10 years, that's 120 months, 650 days, over 5 million minutes. Enough time to completely transform your life, or enough time to waste everything you've been given. The choice is always yours. And here's what I know for certain: success is not accidental. It's not based on luck. It's not something that happens to you. Success is built. It's earned. It's the result of clear goals, focused effort, and relentless discipline. Day after day, year after year. The good news: you can decide right now that the next 10 years of your life will be the most successful, most productive, and most fulfilling years you've ever lived. But first, you must do one thing. You must take full responsibility for what happens next. So if you're ready to take control of your life, if you're ready to stop drifting and start designing your future, then let's begin. Because now, not tomorrow, not someday, now is the time to fix your next 10 years. The first step toward creating an extraordinary future is simple, but it's often overlooked. It is the power of vision. Vision is the ability to see beyond your current circumstances. It is the mental picture of the life you want to live, the person you want to become, and the legacy you want to leave behind. Without vision, we wander. We react instead of lead. We survive instead of thrive. But with vision, everything changes. Suddenly you have clarity, you have direction, you have purpose. All great achievement begins with a vision, I often say, because it's true. Nothing remarkable happens until you see it first in your mind. Take a moment and ask yourself, what do I truly want my life to look like 10 years from now? Be specific, be bold, be honest. Don't think about limitations. Think about possibilities. Think about potential. The more clearly you can see your future, the more powerfully you can pursue it. You see, the mind is a goal-seeking mechanism. When you feed it a clear, emotionally charged vision, it begins to work day and night, finding ways to bring that vision to life. Clarity is power. When you know exactly what you want, you become unstoppable. Too many people let life happen to them. They wake up, go to work, come home, and repeat the cycle. They never take time to ask, where is this leading me? Don't fall into that trap. Take the time now to paint a picture of your ideal future. Your next 10 years deserve intentional design, not accidental living. Create a vivid image of your life in 10 years. Where are you living? What kind of work are you doing? Who are you with? How do you spend your days? The more detail, the better. A vague goal leads to vague results, but a clear vision leads to focused effort, and focused effort leads to success. One of the most powerful habits you can build is visualizing your goals every day. Close your eyes each morning and see the future you're working toward. Imagine yourself already living that life. Feel the emotions. Experience the success. What the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Your vision will become your internal compass. When you have one, decisions become easier. You'll know what to say yes to, and more importantly, what to say no to. You'll stop wasting time. You'll stop chasing things that don't matter. You'll move with purpose because you know where you're going. Now understand this: your vision must be yours, not your parents', not society's, not what you think others expect from you. It must come from deep within. You must feel it in your bones, because when the vision is yours, you'll fight for it, you'll protect it, you'll sacrifice for it. And here's another truth: your vision will scare you. It should. If it doesn't stretch you, it's not big enough. You don't grow by playing small. You grow by stepping into the unknown, by aiming higher than what feels comfortable. You'll never rise above the vision you hold of yourself. That's why I challenge you today to dream big. Don't settle. Don't shrink your goals to fit your current reality. Instead, expand your thinking, stretch your beliefs. Decide that the next 10 years will be a masterpiece, and that you are the artist. Your vision is the brush, and your daily actions are the strokes on the canvas. The most successful people I've met all had one thing in common: they knew exactly where they were going. They had a clear vision, and they let that vision guide every decision, every habit, every move. You can do the same. It's not reserved for the elite. It's available to anyone who's willing to think long term. So take some time today, quiet time, and write your vision. Write it in the present tense as if it's already happening. Read it every day. Refine it as you grow. And most importantly, believe in it. Because when you believe in your vision, your mind, your body, and your actions will align with it. Remember this: everything begins with a vision. And your next 10 years will either be a reflection of your old habits or the result of a powerful, compelling vision that you chose to build starting today. The choice is always yours. Once you've created a clear vision for your future, the next step is to turn that vision into specific goals. Goals are the bridge between imagination and achievement. They are the stepping stones that take you from where you are to where you want to be. You see, a vision without goals is just a dream. It's a wish. It has no structure, no foundation. And without that structure, life gets in the way. You get distracted, you drift, you waste time on things that don't matter. But when you set clear, written goals, everything changes. You move with purpose. Success is goals. All else is commentary. That's something I've taught for years, because I've seen it in every area of life: business, health, relationships, finances. The people who succeed are the people who set goals, write them down, and take action toward them every single day. Think about it: if your life were a ship, your vision would be the destination. But your goals, they're the map. They tell you how to get there step by step. Without a map, even the best destination remains out of reach. But with a map, you make progress, even when storms hit. Now here's a powerful truth: the act of writing your goals down engages your subconscious mind. It programs your brain to see opportunities, to take action, to stay focused. That's why I always say only 3% of adults have written goals, and they accomplish 10 times as much as the other 97%. That's not a coincidence. That's cause and effect. So let me ask you, what are your top 10 goals for the next 12 months? Can you write them down right now? Are they clear, measurable, and time-bound? Most people can't answer that question, and that's why they stay stuck. They live by default, not by design. Here's what I recommend every morning. Take a blank sheet of paper. At the top, write "My goals are." Then write down your 10 most important goals in the present tense. Not "I will," but "I have." I earn $100,000 per year. I weigh 165 pounds. I have a successful online business. This one habit alone can transform your life. Why present tense? Because your subconscious mind only operates in the now. The more you affirm your goals as already achieved, the more your mind works to make them real. Your behavior shifts, your energy changes, your focus sharpens. That's the power of clarity and repetition. Here's another key: set goals in every area of your life, not just work or money. Set goals for your health, your family, your personal growth, your spirituality. Balance is essential. A life well lived is a life that's growing in all directions, not just one. And don't worry if your goals seem big. They should. Big goals pull you forward. They give you energy. They challenge you to become more than you are. Remember, you can only grow to the extent of your biggest goal. So raise the bar. Stretch yourself. Set goals that excite you and scare you a little too. But here's the secret: most people miss. Goals only work if they are backed by action. Writing goals is the beginning, not the end. You must discipline yourself to take consistent steps, daily, weekly, monthly. Even small steps taken consistently can lead to massive results over 10 years. If your goal is to read 100 books in 10 years, all it takes is one book per month. If your goal is to save $50,000, it begins with saving $5 per day. Break your big goals into manageable pieces. Track your progress. Celebrate small wins, because each small win is proof that you're moving in the right direction. So today, don't just dream. Decide. Write your goals. Review them daily. Act on them consistently. Because your next 10 years will not be determined by chance, but by the clarity of your vision and the strength of your goals. The clearer your goals, the greater your chances of success. Never forget that. You have everything you need to begin. a powerful mind, a unique purpose, a blank future waiting to be written. The pen is in your hand. Now set your goals, take aim, and begin creating the life you truly desire, one step at a time. Discipline. It's one of the most powerful words in the world of success. Yet, it's also one of the least understood. People often think that success is about talent, or intelligence, or luck. But I can tell you this, none of those things matter without discipline. Without the ability to consistently do what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it, your goals will always remain out of reach. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment, repeated every day. That's the great divide. That's what separates the 5% from the 95%, the successful from the stuck. And if you want to change your next 10 years, you must learn to master this one habit, the habit of discipline. Discipline is not punishment. It's not restriction. It's the ultimate form of freedom. Because when you are disciplined, you're no longer a slave to your moods. You're no longer at the mercy of distractions. You control your life. You guide your direction. You build momentum with every disciplined choice you make. Now here's something to reflect on. Everyone is disciplined. The only question is, disciplined in what? Some people are disciplined in procrastination. Others are disciplined in excuses. Some are disciplined in comfort. But those who achieve real success, they are disciplined in growth, in excellence, in purpose. The truth is, the person you become is shaped not by the big moments, but by your daily decisions. Waking up early, reading instead of scrolling, saving instead of spending, speaking positively instead of complaining. These seem like small things, but they add up. They shape your character. And your character shapes your destiny. When you have goals, when you have a vision for your life, you must understand that discipline is the price you pay for progress. And the price must be paid daily. Not once, not occasionally, but every single day. Discipline is not a one-time act, it's a lifestyle. But here's the good news. Discipline is a skill. You're not born with it, you build it. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. Start with something small. Commit to it. Follow through. Then stretch a little more. Before long, you'll start to feel unstoppable. One of the most powerful ways to build discipline is to create structure in your day. What time do you wake up? What do you do in the first hour of your morning? What do you eliminate to protect your focus? Successful people don't hope to be productive. They plan to be productive. They design their day with intention. You must eliminate the things that weaken your discipline, the distractions, the temptations, the time wasters. Every time you say no to the things that don't matter, you say yes to the life that does. Remember, self-discipline is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. There will be days you feel tired, days when nothing goes as planned, days when you want to quit. And that's exactly when discipline becomes your greatest ally. Because when motivation fades, as it always does, discipline is what carries you forward. Discipline is doing it anyway. Every successful person you admire has fought this battle, and every single one of them won it with daily discipline. They showed up when others quit. They kept going when others stopped. And that's why their lives look the way they do. Because discipline always pays off in the long run. So here's your challenge: choose one habit, just one. Something small but meaningful. And do it daily. No excuses, no exceptions. Watch how it changes your self-image. Watch how it strengthens your will. Watch how it becomes the foundation for everything else. Because if you can conquer yourself, you can conquer anything. The next 10 years of your life will not be defined by luck, or talent, or timing. They will be defined by your habits. And discipline is the habit that makes all other habits possible. So today, choose discipline. Because when you do, you're not just building a better day, you're building a better life. If discipline is the engine, consistency is the fuel. It's what keeps everything running smoothly day in and day out. While motivation comes and goes, consistency is what ensures that you stay on the path toward your goals, no matter how long the road may seem. Here's the truth most people miss them. Success is not the result of one extraordinary action. It's the sum of small actions, repeated day after day, year after year. Most people want big results, and they want them now. But life doesn't reward the person who tries to work hard for a day or two. Life rewards the person who shows up consistently. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. That's one of the core principles of success. Think about it. You don't wake up one day and suddenly achieve all your goals. It's the steady, consistent actions that compound over time, producing results that are far greater than the effort you initially put in. Consistency is the difference between making a start and making a change. It's the difference between a fleeting attempt and lasting success. People often look for shortcuts, quick wins that don't require hard work or sacrifice. But the truth is, there are no shortcuts. Success requires effort, and that effort must be sustained over time. Not just on the days you feel motivated, but on the days you're tired, distracted, or discouraged. Especially on those days. You become what you think about most of the time. But you also become what you do most of the time. Your habits, your actions, your consistency, these are the things that shape who you are and who you will become. When you start a new habit, at first, it may feel uncomfortable. You may question whether it's worth it. But as you repeat the action consistently, it starts to become second nature. Think about the smallest, most mundane actions you take every day. It's those actions, when done consistently, that lead to extraordinary results. Do you consistently eat healthy? Do you consistently work on your goals? Do you consistently invest in learning? These seemingly small actions, repeated over time, will shape your future far more than any one-time achievement ever could. Let's take fitness as an example. If you work out for an hour one day, that's great, but it's not going to make a lasting change. However, if you work out for 30 minutes every day for a year, you'll see massive transformation. The same goes for your career, your relationships, your finances. Small efforts, repeated consistently, will outpace occasional bursts of intensity every time. Here's something to remember. The compound effect of consistency is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. One small action, repeated consistently over time, creates massive momentum. It builds power. It creates a snowball effect. And soon, you'll find that the small actions that started out feeling insignificant have now led to life-changing results. Consistency also builds trust with yourself. When you repeatedly do what you say you will do, you create a strong foundation of self-discipline and reliability. You start to trust yourself. You start to believe that you will show up, that you will follow through. This trust is the foundation upon which you can build your future. But just like with discipline, there will be times when you falter. You'll miss a day, you'll slip up, but this is where most people fail. They miss one day and they quit. They lose the momentum. But consistency is about starting again, and again, and again. Each time you fall, you rise. Each time you stumble, you keep moving forward. That's how you build a life of success. The most important thing is to do what you can with what you have, where you are, consistently. It doesn't matter if you're just getting started. It doesn't matter if you're facing challenges. What matters is that you show up every day. Because over time, those small, consistent actions will create momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. Consistency also means being patient. We live in a world that wants everything now, but success isn't instantaneous. It's the slow, steady accumulation of small actions over time. You won't see results overnight, but keep going. Keep doing the work. Keep putting in the effort. And slowly but surely, you will start to see the fruits of your labor. When you are consistent, you create a rhythm in your life. You don't have to think about it anymore. It becomes a part of who you are. Success starts to feel inevitable, not because of some magical formula, but because of the momentum you've created. Success is not about working harder. It's about working smarter and, more importantly, working consistently. Imagine where you could be in 10 years if you committed to showing up every day. If you committed to taking consistent action, even when things are tough, even when motivation is low. Would be in a better place than you are now. Would you have accomplished your biggest goals? The answer is yes, if you are consistent, because in the end, consistency is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. So here's my challenge for you. Choose one area of your life that you want to improve. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's your relationships. Whatever it is, commit to taking one small, positive action every day. Just one thing. And keep doing it. Don't quit. Don't look for shortcuts. Just be consistent. Over time, you will see results. Not just small results, but massive life-changing results. Consistency is the key. And when you unlock that key, you unlock the door to your best life. Now that you understand the power of vision, the importance of goals, the discipline to stay on track, and the transformative effect of consistency, we come to the most important question. What do you want your next 10 years to look like? You see, you are the architect of your life. No one else is in charge of your future. It's easy to let the currents of life push you along, letting circumstances determine your outcomes. But what if you could take control? What if you could design your life, your career, your health, your relationships, your wealth, in a way that would lead to extraordinary success? What would you do then? You have the power to create your future. It doesn't have to be left to chance. And the best time to start is right now. Your life is the result of the choices you've made up until this point. If you want a different life, make different choices. This is one of the most powerful truths you can embrace. The life you have right now, the one you've created up until today, is a result of the choices you've made, both big and small. But from this moment forward, you can choose a different path. You can choose to design a future that aligns with your deepest desires. Imagine for a moment where you could be in 10 years. What would it feel like to have achieved the goals that are most important to you? What would your life look like if you fully dedicated yourself to becoming the person you need to be? The key to reaching that future begins with making decisions today that align with your vision for tomorrow. Here's the challenge. Most people don't take the time to think about the next decade of their life. They're so caught up in the day, today's struggles, that they never step back to see the bigger picture. Don't make that mistake. The most successful people in the world are those who take the time to step back, plan, and design the next decade of their life with intention. This is where you must begin to dream big. Too many people underestimate what they are capable of. You can accomplish far more in 10 years than you might think. But to get there, you need a plan, a deliberate plan. Ask yourself, what do I want my life to look like in 10 years? Picture your ideal life in as much detail as possible. What kind of person are you? What kind of work are you doing? What's your health like? What's your financial situation? What kind of relationships do you have? Where do you live? You must begin by visualizing this future in vivid detail. The clearer you can picture it in your mind, the more likely you are to achieve it. This is why creating a vision is so crucial. It's the foundation on which everything else is built. Once you have a clear vision, the next step is to break that vision down into specific, measurable goals. Remember, goals are the roadmaps that guide you to your destination. Without them, you're just wandering aimlessly. But with them, you have a clear path forward. Set long-term goals for the major areas of your life: career, health, finances, relationships, and personal growth. Then, break those long-term goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. When you focus on the small steps, you can make consistent progress every day. And as you've learned, that consistency is what leads to massive, life-changing results over time. One of the most important aspects of designing the next 10 years of your life is identifying your core values. What's most important to you? What drives you? Is it financial independence? Is it making a difference in the lives of others? Is it achieving mastery in a particular area of your life? Knowing your values will ensure that your goals align with what truly matters to you. Once you have your vision, your goals, and your values, it's time to take action. Action is where the magic happens. But don't just take action for the sake of action. Take deliberate action. Every step you take should move you closer to your vision. Every task you complete should contribute to your long-term success. It's essential to check in with yourself regularly. Ask yourself, am I on track? Am I moving closer to my vision? Or am I veering off course? Life can get busy and distractions can pull you off your path. But as long as you remain focused, as long as you stay consistent, and as long as you continue taking deliberate action, you will stay on course. Remember, success doesn't come from doing a million things at once. It comes from doing a few things really well. Focus on what matters most. Eliminate distractions. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your vision. The next 10 years will be filled with opportunities, and you must be selective about how you use your time and energy. Finally, embrace the power of self-reflection. Over the next decade, you will face challenges. You will face setbacks, but these are not obstacles. They are opportunities to learn and grow. Each failure is a lesson in disguise, and each success is a reminder of what's possible when you stay committed to your goals. So, don't be afraid to evaluate yourself, make course corrections when necessary, and celebrate your wins along the way. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. This is one of my favorite quotes because it reminds us that the power to design our future is in our hands. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. And the key to making your dreams a reality is to take action every day, to be consistent, to stay focused, and to always keep your vision in mind. You are capable of far more than you realize. The next 10 years of your life can be the most transformative, successful, and fulfilling years you've ever experienced. But to get there, you must decide now to take control. You must commit to designing your future. And you must begin today. Because today is the first day of the next 10 years of your life. As we bring this journey to a close, I want you to take a moment and truly reflect on everything we've discussed. You've learned about the power of vision, the importance of setting clear, actionable goals, the discipline required to stay on track, and the unstoppable force of consistency. You've gained insights into how to design the next 10 years of your life. And now, it's time to take that knowledge and transform it into action. The key to achieving your goals is to believe that you deserve to achieve them. Do you believe you deserve a life filled with purpose, success, and fulfillment? The most important step in creating the life you want is believing that it's possible and that you are worthy of it. But belief alone is not enough. You must take responsibility for your future. You must make the choice to design the life you desire. And you must take consistent, deliberate actions every single day toward that life. The process will not always be easy. There will be times when you feel discouraged, when you face setbacks, and when you question if it's all worth it. But remember this, your success is determined by your ability to keep going, even when things get tough. When you are consistent, disciplined, and dedicated, you will begin to see the fruits of your efforts. They may not appear overnight, but with time, they will come. And when they do, you'll realize that it was all worth it. So, I challenge you to begin today. Take a step toward the life you've always dreamed of. Set that first goal. Write it down. Make a plan. Take action. And no matter what happens, stay consistent, because it's through consistent effort that success is achieved. Your next 10 years will be the sum of the choices you make today. So, make those choices count. The future belongs to those who take action today. Now is the time to take control. Now is the time to design your future. And now, with the power of vision, goals, discipline, and consistency, you have everything you need to create the life you've always wanted. The next 10 years, they're yours to design. Go make them extraordinary.